Hey, let's get tapped in. Hey guys, and welcome to this week's edition of Tapped In. My name is Ivan. I'm your host of this weird, ridiculous show with poor audio and, I don't know, wording. As you may know, this show is about me talking about weird and interesting beers, anything that comes in the beer industry, and also visiting breweries. So this will be the first episode where I feature a few breweries from my travel just a couple weekends ago to Santa Barbara. And for my international viewers, all 20 of you, in Santa Barbara is about an hour and a half, 2 hours north of LA. So let's take a look exactly where Santa Barbara is at on the map. And Santa Barbara, I know it as a college town, home of UC Santa Barbara, and it's about an hour and a half north of Los Angeles. I guess I haven't disclosed that I am in the SoCal area, and Santa Barbara happens to be considered to be SoCal. It's a little north of LA, but it's right on the beach, beautiful town. And when I went there, I had no plans of which breweries to go to. So I just happened to look up what local breweries there are, and the first one that popped up was Topa Topa. Alright, so Topa Topa was in an area I've never been to. It's in an area called Funk Zone. And Topa Topa is actually located in a kind of a gift shop, small pop-up store / art gallery / winery in a space called Waterline. And I've never been in this area before. I've been to Santa Barbara a few times, and it's surrounded by a bunch of wineries, and so I checked out a couple of them there. But Topa Topa itself stood out to me. It stood out to me because, one, the location was cool. They played kick-ass music, and the beers were unique in their offerings. And also, cool logo to the Topa Topa crew. I got this shirt from there, as you can see, very clean looking. I couldn't resist, so I grabbed the shirt. But this isn't a fashion vlog or YouTube series or whatever this is, what you might want to describe it as. But let's take a look at the beers that they offered. So I tried out a flight, and I checked out 5 beers. So the first one was Sespe Pills. Alright, Sespe Pill was kind of floral. It was super crispy. It was good. Personally, I'm a fan of pills. This one was really nice. Looking at the reviews, it averaged around like 4 out of 5. Not bad. 34 IBUs, so it's not super bitter. Good, easy drinking. So I was a fan. I was a fan of almost all of the beers offered by Topa Topa, so no complaints here on the first offering that I had. And the second beer that I went for was Cali Common, a hybrid lager. Cali Common. I'm not familiar with the term a hybrid lager, but it was kind of caramelly malty. It was unique, almost like Anchor Steam. From Anchor Brewing, another brewery that's I'm gonna visit, so check out that episode coming out soon. But it was pretty tasty. Looking at the ratings, it got a 3.5 out of 5. I'd give it around that. And I'm not super snobby about my beers, so honestly, any beer tastes good to me. And but this one was pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised by everything they offered. 5%. So the next one we have is called the Tux, a Nitro Milk Stout, and I'm a fan of milk stouts. Tux Nitro Milk Stout, 6%. This was really good. It had a lot of hints of chocolate and coffee, just like kind of last week's episode of, or not last week, the previous episode of Bacon and Eggs. Nitros are always going to be creamier. It comes out of that nitro tap. So really good. I'm a coffee fan, so this one just hit the spot. So next on the list was the Howler Coffee IPA. And I went on this trip with my girlfriend, and easily our favorite out of the group, the coffee IPA. Again, another coffee beer. I just love those, and I've been noticing this trend about IPAs with that coffee infused flavor. This one was just excellent. I mean, that was my favorite of the trip. 8.3%. Looking at the meta ratings, it got a 4.1 out of 5, so it's pretty good. I'm not the only one that liked this beer. And I noticed a lot of with the ratings, not too many out there for Topa Topa beers, and I'm guessing because it's kind of still like a smaller brewery, maybe it hasn't kind of released nationally yet, or maybe it hasn't gotten its name out there. But definitely worth checking out, at least this one. Checking out the next beer, Women's Day IPA. This was kind of their special release for the weekend. It's not one of their daily rotation beers, but this one is an IPA, 6.5% ABV. To be honest, not my favorite. Nothing too great standing out there. Didn't set itself apart. So this one probably the least out of the 5 that we tasted, but you know, when I go to a brewery and if I notice that all of them are either good or 2 or 3 of them exceed my expectations, or they're just like they stand out, then I'm a fan of the brewery. And this place, it really surprised me, so it was really good. So out of the beers that we tasted, again, big thumbs up to the winner of the flight was Howler Coffee IPA. Like, it really stood out. Again, there's Tina, she gives it a thumb up. After that, we stuck to Funk Zone and we looked up breweries on Yelp. You know, we never know exactly to look up a brewery, but I recommend certain apps like Untapped and Beer Advocate. You can check out breweries there. But looking at all the different beers in the area, and there are several, you know, don't sleep on Santa Barbara because they have some breweries out there. But we decided, since it's in the area, it's still in Funk Zone, we went with Brass Bear. And to give you a little bit of info on Brass Bear, again, in the Funk Zone, it was started by a husband and wife team in 2009. So it's still kind of a newer brewery. And they have a kind of like a restaurant vibe to it too, a little bit of a diner. So when we walked in between, and it's kind of an alley surrounded by wineries, we didn't know what to expect. We actually chose this place because we were starving. We have four tasters, and you start to get a little hungry. So we decided, all right, we'll head over there. Great reviews. We decided to check it out of all the offerings in Santa Barbara, in the area. And so we went with an IPA. We kind of always go with an IPA. It's Tina's fave. As you can see, you'll see her smiling. So we went with Golden Bear IPA, 5.9 with an IBU of 88. So it was bitter. Sadly, it was the only offering we really had at Brass Bear. I went there having high hopes, but the IPA was a little on the lighter end for IPAs. It has a little bit of citrus. It's easy on the back end. Didn't really stand out to me. I'm looking at the meta ratings, and it had like an average of like 3.2, 3.3s out of 5s. Not great. There aren't too many reviews on it, so I'm not gonna diss them too hard, and I never would for beer, because beer is always good. So nothing special in my opinion. So next up, when we were walking down State Street, Institution L really caught our eye. It was packed. There was a buzz in the air when you walk by, and everybody was in there looking like they were having like the time of their life and eating this amazing looking pizza. And so we decided, okay, we have to stop there before we head out. And cool crew. One thing that we noticed about Institution L when we checked out their tap list was that they can make any of their beers into a michelada. And or not everybody loves micheladas. They think it's gross, or they think beer should be left at its finest. Me and Tina, we just happen to like micheladas. Miche they ain't bad in my way. Uh, so the thing is, there's certain beers that go with micheladas, and I've attempted this before, where I go to a bar or go to a brewery and that serves micheladas, and I said, hey, can I get that with so and so beer, an IPA? Can I get that with a pale ale? And they're like, oh, dude, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. And it's like, you know what? I'm paying for this, and like make it how I want it. You're letting me choose. I don't always need that Mexican lager to go with my michelada. So this place, they allowed you to do that. They allowed you to pick whatever beer you want. Was it the best idea rather than just tasting it straight up? No. But tasting the beer straight up? No. But we decided to go for it because we love micheladas. And for my choice, I went with the Mosaic Pale Ale. Right away, the guy's like, oh, well, you have to let me know how that tastes, because I guess I picked not the best choice. So it was supposed to be vibrant and refreshing. So I thought it'd make for a good michelada. What happened was it turned out to be a little too bitter for the michelada mix. So that vibrancy and refreshingness didn't really mix well with the michelada mix. But then Tina, she went with the raspberry daydream in golden ale with fruit, and the guy, the bartender, or the beer tender as some people call him, was straight up like, dude, that's gonna be gnarly. And what really mixed well is that it's a golden ale, so it's gonna be a little lighter and easier drinking, and then the raspberry kind of blended with the michelada mix. And I think that's where you got hints of raspberry, but it wasn't overly powering raspberry, and it just worked. So can't give a fair shake to either beers, because we did kind of mix the michelada in there. But points for the place, Institutional in the heart of downtown Santa Barbara, tons of TVs, lots going on in there, and I gotta say I was a fan. So I won't show the meta ratings for the two Institutional beers, because honestly I didn't really get a fair taste of it, but definitely check out the brewery when you're there. But yeah, that was our trip to Santa Barbara. If you guys are in Southern California, or if you're ever visiting California, definitely visit Santa Barbara. A little underrated. Most people just go to LA, Hollywood, or even San Diego when they visit California, but Santa Barbara, it should be on that list. One of the stops when you visit the state. But until then, thanks for being tapped in. Check out the next episode. Let me know what you think. Sorry you have to deal with all this rambling all the time, and I don't even know if you like this show or not. But yeah, let me know what you think. Until then, thanks again for tapping in.